Evening YouTubers, and welcome to my channel of my diary encounters in the everyday life of an Aspie. Right, I want to talk to you about, or pretty much rant and rave about something that has touched me so far in my journey of the living, so to speak. Pretty much I want to touch base on my encountership and my struggles based on my AS, and basically also depression, OCD, anxiety issues and the like that I forgot to mention in one of my videos as I was introducing myself. But as we go further down the track, I'll bring more and more stuff about myself, you know, of the importance of me, of what I feel is important to you guys also, to basically touch base, and hopefully it will make us understand and aware on each other's differences, so to speak, and also to the point of that we can be able to just connect and, you know, take it from there, so to speak. Right, some people I have come in my life has appeared to me being selfish, rude, arrogant and the like, about pretty much thinking that, you know, with all these conditions and more that I have been coming across, sort of thing, as mentioned, that what I go through, yes, isn't easy at all. It's an everyday struggle. AS is a part of me, as I keep saying, that, you know, try not to let AS rule me, so to speak. I'm not here for pity, as I said. I'm here for people here to encourage me and to lift me up as I lift you guys up and encourage you in the way of whatever you guys may be struggling on, so to speak. So hopefully we can make a connection somewhere between us both. For some of you know that, you know, when you have come to meet me, I have kept to myself time and time again. You know, there are a lot of reasons for this. One is to recharge my batteries. Two is pretty much just to take a step back when I am in a group, sort of thing, if it's getting too overwhelming for me, so to speak, so that I can, you know, have a time to myself and actually debrief, as they say. And three, I could say, basically, when I'm in the group too, like, pretty much, yes, it does get overwhelming, so therefore, be patient with me, so to speak. You know, being in big groups does overwhelm me. However, I find it in smaller groups, but I am now starting to come out of my shell more and more, so to speak. Also, just to make it clear for your viewers out here, that I am not pretty much making any excuses whatsoever based on my conditions of AS, OCD, anxiety issues, and the like. Just to put it out there, I'm here to motivate and encourage you to share my encountership of what I go through, and hopefully this will give you guys a message of hope and clearer understanding. Yes, also I am doing the best of my ability to live my life the best way I can. No one asks for me to basically, you know, paint themselves or me over the corner there of what I should be or shouldn't be, so to speak. Okay, I'm hoping that no matter what struggles we've come to face in our lives, as said, that it will encourage. Right, at this moment of time, however, I'm sick and tired of trying to be someone that I'm not. Okay, see me who I am right now in this photo frame or video. Basically, take me or leave me, accept me or reject me. Choice is yours. However, I am just sick and tired of people thinking that I should be someone who I'm not for a reason, because, you know, at the end of the day, as I say to myself, we're all out here to be accepted somehow, or to, in my case, that's how I look at it anyway. I am nothing more to the comments and labels that has been thrown at me. You know, I'm a hopeless case, I'm worthless and all that, and if I was there, all those, hello, give it to me, you know, so to speak. I'll tell it to you how it is, haters. You know, take me or leave me. You know, if you want to bring those words down or labels down to me, you know, in that way, well, you've made that choice to just discourage me. But in all honesty, let's try to make sure that these words and labels don't really actually affect me. But in all honesty, it does. Sometimes I just go to my, you know, maybe room and have a tissy fit, you know, have a little meltdown here and there. You know, labels do sometimes tend to really affect me and others, but even though not many of you are actually wise enough just to sit there and think how it's going to affect me or that person I'm speaking to. Pretty much we're pretty much. Also that, yes, I'm human. I make mistakes as well as anyone else, okay? Yeah, I'm not perfect, okay? Mistakes and all, I'm sick and tired of people pinpointing my mistakes, however, or picking out my flaws and stuff. Yes, okay, mistakes are there for a reason, you know, to teach us, to build us up. And for most of you, I've noticed in my life that, you know, you have been hard on yourself as well, and I am understanding that yes, you are struggling, but it doesn't mean for you to throw stuff at me when I feel in my base right that I should be there in your circle to support you, to encourage you. If you don't want me there, just say it how it is. Kieran, I don't want you. Piss off, fuck off, or whatever terminology you want to say it to me. But say it in a manner that I can actually understand, because yes, as said before to myself, I overanalyze and think too much, but then who am I to judge, so to speak? Because at the end of the day, I'll be judged higher, so to speak. Even though more my view on judgment later, however. Also, how you talk to me, also, I'll need reassurance. Okay, if I do make mistakes here and there. Sometimes I don't always put my mistakes straight away. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, depending on the situation that I face. Okay, yes, we do need to, as I said, encourage. Right. Given in this moment of time, with the people that has been around me, however, I want to thank you all for being patient, giving me the time of day to actually express how I feel and whatever the case may be. However, I also want to thank you for you guys' time also, however, because at the end of the day, yes, okay, you might want to go your merry way doing your own thing, you know, so to speak, even though some people may just want to, as I said, pick me out of the hard basket, too hard to understand, too hard to just, you know, get to know this person, or whatever the case may be. But, yes, I'll admit, I'm not an easy person to get on with, to start with, because people, as said in my previous video, may see me as shy, awkward and whatever, but once I get going, you know, when I socialise and whatnot, one-on-one, group-wise, I may rabbit on, you know, my beloved subjects or whatever, or the case may be, but at the end of the day, if you want me to shut up, just tell me, you know, politely, of course. Some people have gone through maybe similar situations I have in the past, present, whatever the case may be, but it could be more in depth. But at the end of the day, we shouldn't be dwelling on them. I'm still learning this, not to dwell, sort of thing. And that regardless of those past experiences that we have been, you know, going through, it will determine the outcome of later on, so to speak. Some people may say that they do understand me, however. Yet, I feel that some people, no offense to the viewers here, are selfish, arrogant, and all that, but due to all that arrogance and all that infrastructure, maybe there's misunderstanding, not much awareness, as said, based on my conditions that I'm going through, sort of thing. Therefore, hence, I'm just going to give you guys my encounters on it, you know, and hopefully you can be the judge of accepting me or rejecting me, so to speak. You know, I have those questions to myself all the time. Do I choose to have AS? Do I choose to pretty much have the anxiety issues? Do I choose to basically have my withdrawals, meltdowns? Do I choose to basically, you know, go through my everyday life with depression and the like? No. I'm sick and tired of people hearing these words of quotation, get over it. You'll never make it before you break it. Well, hello, if that was the case, then if you think I'll never make it till I break it, I'm alive and well doing what I'm doing right now, giving you my encounters. This choice is yours to, you know, listen and take this message in or not, you know, but hey, feedback or not, that's fine. Anyway, people say to others, like I have heard, oh, you're too scared, or you're anorexic, you need to eat more, come on, you know, you need to put more weight on, or whatever the case may be. Yes, I read and analyze a lot of different things in my life, you know, to a point of what may have been said and done, or what have you. But not many people, as I said before, don't obviously have the right to accept full responsibility and accountability of their own actions or thoughts or sayings to that other person that is involved at that given moment of time of what maybe they go through. You know, yes, I get the brunt of it sometimes with some people, but as some people know that I'm maybe a too caring person out there, and just basically some people think I need to take a step back and say no once in a while, which I'm starting to learn to say no now and again, but more on that later. Um, Another one I hate is hearing you got depression. It's just a phase. You'll get over it. Okay, I hate hearing that time and time again. Okay, with people that suffer from depression, it takes time for them to heal, time for them to basically make up their mind to deal with it in their own given right. We need to give them that given right to actually accept that, as well as, again, accepting them for maybe taking a little longer to heal from their thing. But there could be a reason to why they're into that depression phase. Do we bother asking them if they're okay? Do they need a hand and stuff? Sometimes maybe they're too afraid to ask for help. Or they maybe just fear of being rejected, or pretty much fear of what maybe people may say or think of them otherwise. Um, Another one is also pretty much, instead of being sad, just be happy. When you're down and out with your depression, so to speak. Do you really think it's that easy sometimes with all these conditions and more, so to speak? Also, what I've learned is when I've been diagnosed with these conditions, however, I didn't wake up to choose to be angry, upset, or have the pity party or the blame me factor, whatever the like of the labels or the comments that throws at me. I'm the go-getter, trying to stay positive as much as I can despite the negativity. The negativity pretty much shouldn't be there. Positivity, however, if we're in the right frame of mind and right people, however, should build us up with the self-confidence, self-esteem, and everything else that's there, that's important between us. You know, um, however, will try my darn hardest, despite those negativities, push them aside and think on the positives of my I statements to make my day even brighter. Regardless what is thrown at me, yes, there's a lot of haters out there probably, that will try to knock us down due to their insecurity and whatnot. But more of that later. However, if I wasn't all these labels that you guys thrown at me, I wouldn't be here right now, as said, to share my encounterships and experiences of what I've been through. Would I? Sometimes I question myself, to you viewers, do you ever bother to actually research up these conditions and hopefully maybe, ask me questions? I am open for any, questions. I may not know it myself, but bear with me. I'll try not to get too technical, as some people have noticed with me when it comes down to some things that I know of and don't know of. They like to be, Kieran, you've gone too technical. Can you just maybe hold back that thought and actually maybe, get a bit smaller, maybe smaller baby language for you guys to understand, maybe, I don't know, but bear with me for the wrong terminology I've given you guys out there. Do you ever bother listening to me sometimes? There's another question I like to throw at you. Yeah, okay, I keep to myself because of fear of the unknown, fear of being judged, and maybe you guys might laugh at me, how I may speak or how I may react to this given situation. Yeah, I may say some really stupid stuff at times, but that's just me. Take it or leave it. You may hate me for it, but at the end of the day, yes, I do have a little sense of humour going on sometimes. Even if I do say silly things, sometimes with my condition, with my stimming, I facepalm myself thinking, rats, why did I say that in the first place? How is that person gonna actually really react in the long run? Like I said before, good or bad of what we say, we need to actually think it out. Will it affect that person in a way that they won't talk to me again, or whatever the case may be? Will it actually just affect them to the point that they'll just forget about it and actually forgive you and actually move on? It's all about acceptance. But then again, also, in saying this, what I see right now is with some people that you know, I uh, I see that some of them are being hard on themselves also, but hey, like with their everyday life, but you know, I don't mean to sometimes be that kind of person that push. If some people think that I'm pushy. But I just want to see the best of all people with their potential, because I know in this day and age we all have a plan and a purpose in our life. But whatever that plan and purpose may be in our life, it's up to us how we're going to actually accept that plan and purpose. I believe also karma comes around and bite us in the ass. What comes around goes around, so to speak. So, in all honesty, we should be treating people how we want to be treated, is the golden rule here, how I see it anyway. Um, these conditions, however, ain't a choice. As I said, they define me to who I am and what I am today. Regardless of the struggles of my communication breakdown, my thought patterns, or my over analyzing, whatever you want to label it, come down to it. But I'm still a person. I eat, poop, and drink. But then again, you know, I'm still human. Ta ta. Anyway, I better not go OTT here. Sometimes some people I have noticed say that they have the same condition as me. Is it just to make me feel better? Is it to make me feel smaller and making them bigger? Is it for them to create brownie points, or do they really know what they're talking about? Because I am sick and tired of having to explain myself sometimes. Because as I said to myself, will I be able to trust that person when I do open up? You know, will they laugh at me? Then again, trust to me is a real important factor here. I don't know about you guys, but trust to me is a building block, and it takes time to build that trust and getting to know that particular someone. People change for the good or the bad, depending on their influences of life, of what they've been through, so to speak. Um, in my day and age, I am trying to discern who's real and who's not, because at the end of the day, also, what we go through, the good and the bad, especially the bad times, will actually really determine the true character of those people who will stick through with you through that, as well as the good times, so to speak. Because obviously, I've noticed in my life, many people just want to stay in my good times, not the bad times. However, that's not what life is all about. Life is about accepting each other's differences, as well as pretty much being there for that person through the good and the bad, despite that, they may have get under your skin, who knows. That just need to, in the words of acceptance, and try to understand what they're saying, or maybe what they're trying to do to make it a better outcome. Anyway, um, some of the responses, however, okay, may not mean anything to me, but then again, it may do, depending on how you go about saying it to me. Okay, that remains true to anyone, so to speak. Until I realize how I deal with all of my conditions, experiences in life, well, yeah, it's different to them. Then again, yes, everyone has their struggles. Good, maybe some more in depth than I have. I don't know, but I'm not here to judge or criticize. Like I said, I'm here to build you guys up. Anyway, people that tell you to stop eating too little, or to stop being depressed, hasn't gone through much hardships, I feel, with these arrogant people. However, also, I've come to realize too, is people telling you what to do, how to act, think, say, or do. I get pissed off with that. Again, it's all about acceptance. If you can't accept my flaws, mistakes, and all, then why the hell would you try to tell me or dictate to me how and what I say or should in my life to, pretty much live my life? Because everyone lived their own lives accordingly to their own way and their own will style, based on their choices that I make. Yes, I know that sometimes now I've noticed that there's no such thing as freedom of speech. I've also noticed when I've come to some people that I would say, has pretty much, how to word this nicely, pretty much some of them don't even accept me for who I am, because obviously when it comes down to communicating, I've noticed that sometimes some people are just one-sided and just want to share their view on that particular topic. But hang on a minute, isn't communication a two-way street, give and take, you know, that I pretty much give my input as well on that given particular topic at that given moment? You know, that doesn't make sense, because communication to me is a two-way street. You know, I'm sitting there paying attention to you, listening and all that. Some people may think I'm not because I'm looking down or not looking directly, you know, eye to eye like I am trying to right now to keep a steady eye contact with you lot. But I am actually still focusing on you. I may not look like I'm not paying attention when we do communicate, so therefore there's nothing to be rude about. It's just now and again I will look up and, you know, acknowledge that I'm there, you know, and as well you guys are there, you know, with it all. Anyway, despite the differences, I don't like people as I said before, pointing out my flaws, mistakes and all. Yes, I know I made mistakes. Mistakes are teachers, and now and again, people shouldn't be pointing at those mistakes, because those are long gone, maybe, I don't know, but how I look at it for myself as well is basically with these mistakes, you know, sometimes if I want to, I'll try and fix it before I move on to forward. You know, if I can't, then I'm gonna have to try and learn to accept that some things won't be able to be fixed, because obviously I've noticed in my relationships, so to speak, which more the take of the relationships, but I'll say this, then pretty much some of them just don't want to bother fixing it themselves when they don't want to acknowledge that maybe they could be at fault as well, not just me, because I feel like all the time I have been at fault when I shouldn't be taking it up as that blame game, so to speak. I want to tell you all, how do you sometimes with the ones that do tend to criticize me about, you know, my past flaws or whatever. Take me who I am. This is me, the real deal here. You know, it infuriates me time and time again. Yes, I am real. You know, this is me. I may not be all baked up, you know, like some girls with their girly girl, whatever you want to say. This is just me. Anyway, sometimes when I go through trials and struggles, I'd like to know pretty much that maybe some people to approach me, you know, Corinne, I may not know what you're going through at the present, but if I understand that you're struggling. Yes, I do have my struggles, as I said. Sometimes I'm afraid to ask for help. Sometimes I'm the type of woman that wants to try and do it herself in her own unique way, like anyone else. Sometimes it's probably just the stubbornness or too prideful or whatever that the case may be. But then again, as I said, this will test who is the real person that will come your way when you do have those struggles in your life. Okay, with many people that has come into my life right now, and has come about to get to know me as a person, or just to know me in general, they wouldn't know if I had these conditions that I have listed, due to me looking normal. But as I said, looking normal, you know, what is it these days? Normal is overrated. Normal is pretty much an invisible, or shall we say, not a good term for me to use. But anyway, sometimes many people have, when they've come to face me, they'll pretty much notice with me, I'm a calm person now and again, and that's on the opposite side, that sometimes I deal with things like conflicts differently, you know, when it comes to someone that is involved, so to speak. But anyway, more on the uptake on, you know, how I deal with it through my AS as said. You wouldn't know me for these conditions if I hadn't ended up, as I said, conversing and opening up to you guys, so to speak. Because now I am having more courage now to open up than before. Because hence I thought this would be good, and hopefully no judgmentality will be in place of anyone's mind. Usually, also, when it comes down to me opening up to you, however, it does take time. As I said, I have a mind blank here and there, communication breakdown works, but then again, I do basically, when I am in groups, despite my anxiety issues and whatever other issues that's associated with my AS, that I do push myself to be in the group and actually socialise. You know, yes, it may be hard, but hey. Anyway, sometimes I do try to force myself to speak, okay? So I do get hard on myself like some others may do as well. Um, I do, however, as I said before, do tend to talk a lot. People can tell me just to shut up and listen, but then again, know me before you judge me, okay? Sometimes I feel like for the last few years of my life living with AS after being diagnosed, sort of thing, I was pretty much just a quiet little being, you know, minding my own business and letting people talk around me and not engaging. And also, after my past experience of my relationship, it did make me feel that I shouldn't be speaking out. But here on in, pretty much, maybe I'll say this really loud if I have to. Shut up and listen to me for once and let me speak, so to speak. You know me and accept me for who I am. Again, I'm not here to judge or criticize or anything like that to your viewers. Just like for you to understand me and basically, hopefully, in little due time that once it comes to that understanding me point that we can collect better as people. This topic and more that I have been sharing in this video pretty much has touched me so much that I'm hoping to bring more insight into these topics. But once again, thanks for listening and see you soon.